Hello, everyone. My name is Fiona Dwyer, and I'm the coordinator of professional learning for Creative Leadership Solutions. A few weeks ago, I sat down with Neil Gupta to talk about the Equity and Excellence Leadership Forum, an annual event that Neil attended a few years ago. I'll let Neil introduce himself.
Hi, my name is Neil Gupta. I'm currently a district administrator in a suburb of Columbus, Ohio. I've been in three different districts at the central office level over the past 12 years, and I actually was just named a superintendent down in the Dayton, Ohio area this coming fall.
Neil and I got talking about the forum and what shape the days tend to take. To me, the days sounded intense and thoughtful, certainly enjoyable, but a lot of work, too. I asked him about the balance of focused work and time for rest and relaxation at the forum.
So first of all, it's at the Broadmoor Resort. So I challenge everybody to just do a Google search of the Broadmoor, and so automatically when you get to Colorado, there's just the mountains, the fresh air. It's got a great scenery. It's an open place with lots of light and air that just seems to be good. The food is phenomenal. But it's also, when I say intense, from the aspect of I think we as administrators and district leaders, we want to work hard when we're away, number one. But what he's also designed is understanding that we're all humans and need time for that additional rest. Is one of the things that I thought was powerful was, we would sit together in that group of 15, and again, I can't say enough how I loved that it wasn't more than that they keep a maximum of not wanting to have too many people there, so that we can also be intimate with each other and talk with each other and really get to know each other. But he would incorporate learning walks. So let's say instead of just saying we're going to go to a break in a mid-morning break or something, we were challenged, or part of it was to connect with another person and take a walk around, but still talking about each other, our lives, but also, more deeply about a certain concept that we were going through. And so we weren't just stuck at tables the whole time. We were able to kind of move around. There was time built in to in the evenings to, again, continue to connect with each other, able to check in with our families, and also get that rest that we need personally.
I asked Neil about the connections he made with other people attending the event. Did the connections last? How have the connections he made impacted him? I wanted to hear about the connections he made with other school leaders and the event's facilitator, Dr. Douglas Reeves.
Yes, so I love to be on social media, and so right away that was part of my homework assignment, was to research as much as I can about the other people that were there. And I just always believe in general that it's important that whatever conference or other professional learning activity we go to, I always want to walk away with more people on my phone of people I've met and talked to, so I can continue those relationships. But it really got a lot deeper. I would say that the one person that I met, I would say that I'm becoming a superintendent in the fall because of her challenge to me over a series of dinners, and really getting to know her passion. Although I think for the most part we in school districts all have sometimes the same issues, I get a little scared about that at times, and that reassurance of people that I don't normally work with in my geographic environment allowed us to have a little bit more open conversations than I would have in the past, and that allowed for some vulnerability, and that's for some challenge, and some different perspectives. I'm around a lot of people geographically, and we think a certain way, but when you take this to a national level, and I was talking with people on different sides of the coasts of the United States, I got a lot of different perspectives, and it really kind of opened my eyes to education. Since then, I've seen and talked to a couple of them, maybe 3 or 4 times since that, and I always know that they're a phone call away. So Dr. Reeves, if you've gone to any of his conferences, probably his first or second slide, he puts his cell phone number there. And he says, if you have any questions, give me a call. And it really is his cell number. So number one, it's not like it takes you to an office or something like that, or a voicemail. I mean, he could be speaking at a conference, but it is his cell phone number. But I think you still kind of feel like intimidated, like what kind of question can I ask him? Can I really talk to Dr. Reeves when you're at a conference with 500 or 1,000 people? But after spending a couple days with 15 people and him, you do get a sense of who he is. You know that he cares about you as a person, and so afterwards, I really did feel like I could text him and ask him a question, or send him an email about something I was going through. We were going over some grading practices, conversations here in our school district this past summer, and just being able to email him my idea. And I thought I'd have to wait maybe a week to get a response, and I got it back fairly quickly. And we talked subsequently a couple times about kind of how we were going to kind of tackle it and go from there. And it really just kind of helped the conversations and that access point of feeling that we were there. Yes, I think that we all are limited with time of time and money. And I know me as a district administrator, and I've been around for a long time now. The larger conferences there's a place for them. But I also know that I'm now getting to the point where I measure the success of a conference or a time for professional learning based on, what was I actually able to do and sustain from the work that comes afterwards. So I'll be honest with you. Usually I do walk away from every professional learning experience with a to-do list that I've created. Sometimes I'm anxious because I've got too many and I don't know where I'm going to go from there. In this situation, I think that they became more fine-tuned and they became deeper of how I'm going to address and kind of attend to it. And so it didn't feel I didn't feel as anxious leaving. I actually felt I had clarity. But the second thing is then sometimes those conferences are one and done, and you go on and then either you forget about it or you go on to the next thing, because you don't know really how you're going to get support for ongoing. But the idea of sustainability, as leaders, we have to think about those things. So I always look at cost in the standpoint of investment. Is this something that's going to be an investment, for our future, my future? And, that I can go back and say my time spending it at with Dr. Reeves and that group over the summer was really beneficial.
Without knowing it, Neil is speaking to one of the themes we focus on in all our work, but that we've been especially attentive to lately. Our work invests in people, not products. The Equity and Excellence Leadership Forum isn't going to give you a band aid solution or a one size fits all cure all. The work is deeper and more intentional. It's an investment in educational leaders, the people behind the work. Thanks for watching, and thanks to Neil for the great interview. If you'd like more information on this event or any of our summer events, you can email me at pl.admin@creativeleadership.net. I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have. We'll be sharing part 2 of this interview with Neil in the coming weeks. Part 2 dives deeper into precisely how the forum works. Stay tuned.